Assalamu alaikum. This is for the Ikhwan stuck in the dunya. Brother, what's up? At the moment, I can see you're caught up in the dunya. You came from a Muslim country, you came here. Now you're raving, clubbing, smoking, dabbling in drugs, sleeping around every weekend, drinking alcohol. Every other word is a swear word. Saying wallahi and breaking it every time. My question to you, Aki, is what are you chasing? And what is the goal? How many girls is going to be enough? How much weed is going to be enough? How many fast cars is going to be enough? How much reputation is going to be enough? Aki, the quote unquote enjoyment that you had last week in the club, is it still with you now? No. Aki, the so called enjoyment that you had with these girls, is it still with you now? No. Aki, there's so much enjoyment that you got from smoking that weed, is it with you now? No. And all the time, the two angels were following you around, writing down from when you left your house without praying, linked up with your non-Muslim friends, started building up weed, smoking it, a little bit of coke, a little bit of alcohol. The angels were writing. You left your house in a car, blasting out music, talking about F that and F this, talking about the girls behind and her chest and everything. And the angels were writing. You got into the club, dancing around, taking this girl's number, taking that girl's number. You left there with about 5 numbers. And the angels were writing. You even got in your idea, in your head, lucky. Went home with a complete stranger. Don't even know her surname. Don't know how old she is. Don't know nothing about her. Got in bed with her. She could have gonorrhea. Could have AIDS. Any sexual transmitted disease. She raves like this every week. But you're enjoying yourself. Aki, from when you left the club and went home with her and were talking to her, the angels were writing. You end up in bed with her, committing zina. All the time the angels are writing. You leave her, carry on your life, she doesn't call you again, you don't call her again. Next week you're back in the club again, smoking, drinking, taking numbers, walking through people and barging them. The angels are writing. How much is going to be enough, Aki? How much sex? How much drugs? How much alcohol? How much partying? When you gonna stop? 90 years old? You're gonna be going to a club with a walking stick? When you gonna stop? And Aki, what happens if you're going raving, you pick up a girl and as usual you commit zina? 5 months down the line she phones you and says I'm pregnant. What are you gonna do, Aki? You want this woman that all she has in her head is MTV and X Factor to be the mother of your child, the educator of your child, the role model to your child, who walks about with all her privates hanging out? You want her to be the cultivator of your child. That you want your child to imitate this woman, Akhi. So what happens now, Akhi, if one of these girls get pregnant and phones you and says it's yours? It's hard to be a man now, Akhi, isn't it? What are you gonna do? Take the chip out your phone so she can't contact you? You're gonna tell her to have abortion and destroy one of Allah's creation? You're gonna have the child knowing that this woman's not wearing hijab and she raves, you know, every week and, as saying, and so forth, and drinks and smokes and everything else, and doesn't believe in Allah? What are you gonna do, Aki? And then, God forbid, you're not just responsible for you getting caught up in dinner. The chances are that your child will end up in the dunya. Because the child follows the mother because the father is out at work. So, Aki, what are you gonna do? God forbid your child might even be raised as as a kafar, non-Muslim, not believing in Allah, Aki. Believing that we came from monkeys, Aki. When you gonna wake up, Aki? We all have thoughts, myself included. And if someone never spoke to me harsh, then, maybe I'll be in the same situation as you, Akh. But there's something called tough love. See, the real brothers and the real sisters are the ones that tell you the truth, even though it hurts. And the ones when you're around them, you progress, Akhi. And you learn more hadiths and you learn more ayat. Because they really love you for the sake of Allah. And they really want you to go to Jannah. Even though you might think they're being harsh with you. But if they didn't care about you, they wouldn't tell you, Akhi. So this is just a light reminder, Akhi, that when you go into your grave, you're going to be asked 3 questions. Man Rabbuk, who's your Lord? Man Deenak, what is your deen? Man Nabi, who's your prophet, who's your messenger? And you ain't going to be able to answer these questions, Akhi, like in a test in college or uni, and cheat, Akhi. Because when you're asked who is your creator, what is your deen, your religion, and who's your prophet, who was that man sent amongst you, which is Muhammad, you're not going to be able to say, my Lord is Allah, my religion is Islam, and my messenger was Muhammad if you never lived a life. How could Allah be your Lord and your religion be Islam and your prophet, your messenger, your example, who you imitate, be the messenger? When you were raving, you were smoking, you were drinking coke, or you were drinking alcohol, you were taking coke, you were sleeping with different women every night, 5 women a week. Your heart won't be able to say it, Akhi. Akhi, and I'm not of the people that make takfir of Muslims, because we know that Iman is a belief in the heart, a statement on the tongue, which increases with good deeds and decreases with bad deeds, as narrated by our Salaf, the companions of the Prophet. But what I'm basically trying to say to you, Akhi, is that yes, you take shahada and you're Muslim, but we don't want to die with the actions of the non-Muslims, inshallah. You don't want to die, have a heart attack, committing zina with one of these girls. You don't want to die in that car with all that haram music or haram nasheeds playing, musical instruments. You don't want to die, Akhi, in that club. And you don't want to see Munkar Nakir in that state. So as Allah says, that if my servant comes to me on the day of judgment, believing in Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, and he sincerely tried to make Tawbah, his sins will be forgiven. So inshallah, Akhi, no matter how much girls you're sleeping with, no matter how much you're smoking, no matter how much coke you're taking, no matter how many people you beat up, Akhi, if you sincerely turn to Allah and worship Him alone, not a man, not a statue, not animal, not fame, He'll forgive you, Akhi. Just a little piece of nasiha that I hope sinks into your heart. The brothers and the sisters, we love you for the sake of Allah, Akhi. Come back home, please.